gentlemen are starting a new mining profit share enterprise, which will essentially allow you to purchase a token, which will give you a share of the profits generated by their Bitcoin and blockchain mining network. So please welcome Mohammed Ibrahim Nassim and Mohammed Avais Khan from Egoldmining. Woo!
No, it's all good. Are you going to be around
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mohammed Avais Khan.
It's not working.
Hello? Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mohammed Avais Khan.
And I'm Mohammed Ibrahim Nassim.
And before we start this presentation, just want to make an announcement. Behind you, there's booth 19 over there, and we're offering a free Bitcoin or Litecoin miner, a raffle. Anyway, so next. All right, so we're here to talk about Egoldmining. It's a cryptocurrency mining solution company. We started this company because we are passionate about what cryptocurrency has to offer and the underlying blockchain technology. So there's a various gap in the mining market, and it keeps widening due to various reasons. The first reasoning is past scams in ICOs for mining ICOs. Another one is false advertising, where companies have advertised 400% return on investment in 1 year. Another one is high electricity prices, where some companies have high electricity prices of 7.6 cents per kilowatt hour. And other mining giants such as Envion and Gigawatt, which raised $125 million total and are now bankrupt. So the EGM team collectively have invested in many of these companies in the past, and we were sick of the poor strategies and the mismanagement, so we decided to take action on ourselves and create a legitimate company and a better business model for mining that is profitable for all investors by offering a registered security in the United States.
So as Avais pointed out, the enterprise mining operations, it's been a bit shaky. A lot of companies have come that made false promises. But another pain area that we seek to address with EGM is in the home mining market. So home mining or mining in a residential setting is not feasible and it's not profitable anymore. And this is mainly due to electricity prices. The average electricity price in the US is 12 cents per kilowatt per hour. And if you combine that with buying a single machine equipment, your return on investment for mining at home is a very long period of time. So what Egoldmining seeks to do is to buy and scale and build a larger operation. Other issues and pain points in mining in a residential setting is mining is very loud. A lot of townships have banned mining due to noise complaints. Maintenance, if you purchase or invest in hardware and it malfunctions, when it's not operating, you're losing money. And the final concern is, the excess heat that's being generated. So it really doesn't end up being profitable. Over here, we just have a chart of states in the US and their average of prices, the top 10 cheapest and the top 10 most expensive. So we can see the cheapest state is Louisiana at 9.6 cents per kilowatt hour. So going forward, so with all this in mind, with the enterprise issues or the industrial scale issues and the home mining issues, EGM took all this information and we created a business plan to mine and to build a farming operation in South Dakota where industrial electrical rates are 4.5 cents per kilowatt. And in addition to that, we're offering a profit sharing service. So whatever profits we make from our mining operation will be distributed to our token holders. And we are operation is not just limited to mining, but we will also be having co-location and cloud mining services.
Okay, and in addition to the industrial electricity prices of 4.5 cents per kilowatt hour in South Dakota, the other advantages we have is the fact that South Dakota is very cool, so that's going to reduce cooling costs dramatically. It's also a very business-friendly state with no corporate taxes, so that means more money for the token holders or investors. And one of the biggest advantages of South Dakota is the fact that it's a top 5 green state in the US. So this energy is renewable, and by 2022, they expect to be 100% renewable. Mining on the industrial scale also allows us to buy cheaper hardware, so we get a discount on the hardware, and that lowers our return on investment to a much smaller time scale. And these cost-saving advantages of operating in South Dakota and being a large mining operation enables Egoldmining to invest back into growing our operation and more money for our investors. And this is just an example to show that South Dakota is one of the top states in the US for green energy.
So part of our plan to be a completely legitimate and transparent and profitable enterprise is that we are offering a compliant security to investors. And in order to do this, we have to file a Reg D506, which allows accredited investors to invest in our company. And then to follow that, we will be doing a Reg A, which we can open our enterprise to other investors. And the benefit of this is that we want to be registered with all agencies in the US, financial agencies. That keeps us to a standard. We need to be transparent. We need to file annual business reports to really show how our business is performing.
So the business model is quite simple for EGM. Investors will collectively split the startup cost of the operation. We have developed a model where $3 million will make us operational and profitable. EGM will share 50% of the net profits yearly with EGM token holders. And so pretty much when you invest in EGM, you'll be buying EGM security tokens, which will give you a right to the net profits every single month. The other 50% is going to go. It's going to go to the growth of the company, and also other services to benefit the investor, as an asset backing and buyback burn of the tokens. So the token supply will continuously reduce. So how it works is pretty much investors are going to buy EGM token, hold them in a private wallet. That's going to help you rack up G points. And the more points you accumulate, the larger profit share you have. And at the end of every month, you'll get paid depending on how many G points you accumulated compared to everyone else. So we have the G point structure to incentivize a long-term token holder the most. So investors are paid on how many G points they have accumulated. This is done by multiplying the number of G points times the number of tokens times the number of consecutive days they were held. So for example, if you have 1,000 EGM tokens, at the end of every day you have 1,000 G points. At the end of the month you have 30,000 G points. Now say there's 10 million total G points at the end of the month. Your profit share is going to be 30,000 divided by 10 million. The reason for this is that other profit sharing companies that are mining, they will pay based on how many tokens everyone has at the end of the month. We believe that people should be paid on how many tokens they have held. So say I hold for longer, I should be paid more. It's a very simple process. All right, next.
So just to recap a little bit, Egoldmining is a mining solutions company. So we will be doing direct mining and distributing profits through our G-Point system, but we will also be having revenue generating services like cloud mining contracts and mining co-location.
So with our industrial electricity prices, we can offer the most competitive mining co-location and cloud mining contracts. And the one thing I like to talk about cloud mining is that it gets a really bad rep recently because of giants like Genesis and Hashflare canceling contracts. And we found a solution to that is just reduce the contract term. If it's not 5 years, if it's 1 year, if it's less, then there's no worry about anyone canceling your contract, and mining will still be profitable. And as discussed earlier, investors will be benefiting in many ways. There's a buyback burn of tokens, which will constantly reduce the supply. There'll be asset backing of the tokens, so your investment will be insured by a valuable commodity. And lastly, our expansion program. 20% of net profits are used every single month to expand the program. And this means more money at the end of every month for the investor or the token holder.
And just to conclude real quickly, because we're out of time, we did some projections on Bitcoin price today, difficulty rate today, and we are projecting profits, net profits of 800,000 a year. The details are up there. I can't go into too much detail. But for any more questions, please come to our booth. We're right back there, Egoldmining, booth number 19. And we'd love to talk to you all in more detail about our company.
Just want to add one more thing. These projections are based on Bitcoin mining with S9s only. So we are going to be mining other algorithms. So these are very basic projections right here. We do expect higher return on investment. But just to make it easy for everyone to understand, we base it off this. But if you have any questions, we'll be at booth 19 in the back right there.
Thank you so much for your time.
Mohammed from Egoldmining.